So let's go through some of the menus and whatnot and just kind of check this thing out. As you can already see, it's significantly better than the PlayStation Classic, and it's kind of up there with Nintendo's console. There's one thing I am noticing here, and this is something that like no one would actually notice ever. When I played this at E3, there was a way to organize the games by showing the sides of the boxes, and I can't figure out how. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so this is just kind of a cool thing, like, because there's so many games on here. It's 42, I think. And I don't know, it's just kind of cool game to see like the sides of the boxes and whatnot. And it's more for the nostalgia. Yeah, so let's go into the settings really quick. Get all the boring stuff out of the way. One thing you might notice is that I keep missing, like if I try to go to wallpaper, it's going up 1 or 2, and it's because only in the settings for some reason the input is so sensitive. So unless you're like tapping, like tap, 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 you're gonna end up just kind of flying through it. So I don't know, the games aren't like that. It doesn't really affect like the overall gameplay. It's just kind of frustrating when I'm trying to get to wallpaper. Oh my god, I've seen these credits so many times trying to get to this stupid wallpaper. Okay. So there's these ones. There's this kind of like really, I wouldn't even say this is 90s. This is more like early 2000s. Very Gen X. It's awful. I don't know why anyone would play with this. This kind of grid line. I don't know. These are in like the Nintendo also, and you just kind of wonder like who's playing with this. You know, if you go to someone's house and they have this system and they've got this background, you should get out. There's no like CRT setting. Oh no, there is. No, there isn't. There's no like CRT emulation like Nintendo has, but there is a 16:9, and it's a pretty good stretch, which is nice. But let's keep it original. We'll go 4x3. Yeah. So the game's lineup is pretty good. There's some like deep cuts in here. World of Illusion is one that like not many people have played. You got Street Fighter 2 on Genesis, which is like, it's okay. I'm glad that Mortal Kombat is not on here, just because it's a 3-button controller. That would be kind of madness. Yeah, so let's go into one of like the lesser known games first before we go into Sonic or something. Let's go to this pumpkin one. I can't even read it. It says Super Fantasy Zone, but that box, whatever. Alright, let's go. So one thing people will notice, the emulation in these games is like near perfect, just like how Nintendo's console is. I keep comparing it, but that's kind of like the one that sets the bar. If you play the Super Nintendo Classic, you'll notice that, especially in like Mega Man X, there's a lot of like lag and kind of like stuttering, but it's exactly how the original, god damn, died again. It's exactly how like the original console is. So this one does a good job at emulating how it was playing the Genesis back in the 90s. So for those of us that like have muscle memory, you're not going to be affected. Everything does run at a really smooth, oh my god, at a really smooth 60. I don't even know what's going on in this game. Okay, let's see. Hey, those feet? Why would there be feet in the ship? That's just kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, let's go up here. Let's go around this. This is like from that era of games when you didn't even have like a story or context. It's like just get in your egg with wings and go shoot all these fucking plants. Oh my god. Okay, let's play something better. Enough of this. Like the other consoles. I don't know if the PlayStation has this, but there are save states. You can reset. You can kind of, it's a little bit more modern. Oh my gosh. Come on, get out of this game. To the main menu, yes. I really wish the main menu had better controls. That's probably my one gripe here. Alright, let's go into Virtua Fighter 2. This is one I didn't know was on the Genesis. Like, for some reason, I always think Virtua Fighter started on the Saturn. So it's kind of interesting playing this. It looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. There's something about these graphics that I really wish we would kind of go back to. As far as like this like more recent trend of like throwback kind of visuals. Yeah, I'm real good at this game if you haven't noticed. Let's see if I can beat up this guy. beating up an old guy in front of a church. That's about right. My cool hair. Yeah, so the Genesis, I don't know about everyone else, but like growing up, every kid that I knew that had a Genesis instead of Super Nintendo were always like, they really have like 10 seconds to beat them. They were always like the kid that their parents smoked indoors. You know, they were the ones that like, especially this one kid I know, I'm not gonna name any names or anything, but his mom would like, literally did not care what we did. Like we could go outside and set the pool on fire and she would just be like, whatever. And she'd talk like this because she smoked all the cigarettes. But I don't know, it's 3 in the morning, I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh yeah, every kid I knew that had like a Genesis growing up was always kind of like the delinquent. So there's some pretty good memories from this of just kind of like fucking around in summer break and, you know, just kind of being a kid. And it was always like, played a lot of Sonic. My bummer, the one thing I like have a bummer with this whole system is that a lot of the games on this I'm not very nostalgic for, just because I mostly played like licensed games. And I don't know about anyone else, but like back in the 90s, I swear to God, every movie, every TV show, everything had a game on the Genesis or the Super Nintendo. And like, I kind of wish one of these would come out with just like all licensed games. You know, they got Castle of Illusion, which is kind of big because that one's like very much, you know, obviously it's a licensed game, it's Mickey. But like, I really wish this had like Home Improvement or Beavis and Butthead or God, what was that 7-Up game? Spot or something like that. Yeah, Cool Spot. That stuff would have been like super rad, just to kind of go back to. And you know, I wonder if we can commit suicide in this. But yeah, I mean, either way, all the games on here are pretty good. Let's go to something else. Whoa, came back in. She beat me up out of the ring. What a cheater. All right. So, oh my gosh, I keep hitting B instead of A. All right, let's go. Yes, to the main menu. All right, let's check out some Sonic. So, for some reason, Sega decided that Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles would not fit on this console. I don't know why. So that's kind of a bummer because I genuinely think 3 is the best one. But 2's on here, and 2's like, you know, when you really think about it, like these are more sold for people that like have nostalgic kind of like look backs on. So it's like look backs on. God, is that even a sentence? So it's just kind of like, you know, Sonic is Sonic 2 for most people. Alright, let's go through. Whoop. I really hope this thing does well because I really would love one day to get like a Dreamcast Classic or a Game Gear Classic, but that is such a pipe dream. You know, I don't know. I would just love to see like everybody wants an N64 Classic, but what I really want is a like a Game Boy Advanced or like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Classic. I think that would be so rad, and like a Genesis, not Genesis, what's it? Oh my God, that sounds so stupid right now. But I'm not editing any of this because it's 3:09 a.m. Like a Game Gear Classic would be kind of fun because there were a couple games on there that I used to play as a kid that I loved, and I don't know, it'd be cool to go back to and get frustrated with and just think like, how did I beat any of this? It's because I had time. That's why. Let's actually look a bit on some of the other games here because like everybody's seen Sonic. It's not really that exciting. Oh my God, if I hit the wrong button one more time. As far as like the console goes, like on the outside, I really wish this had a headphone jack in it. It's stupid, but like there's a volume rocker that was on the original Genesis, and I think it would have been so cool if they just went like all out and were like, here's a headphone jack on the side, use the volume rocker, you know. Because like, let's be honest, this is gonna sit on most people's desks. And I don't know, it just would have been kind of fun. Alright, let's go into... Well, let's see what else we got here. Some of these games I've never even played. Like, I've actually never played the Willy Wars. I kind of wish there is like a severe lack of like RPGs on here compared to like, you know, the Nintendo, and it is a little unfair because the Nintendo has Final Fantasy. I do like that you can sort everything, but like release date, number of players, genre, A to Z. It's kind of cool. This thing comes with 2 controllers, so just like off the bat knowing that like, okay, let's have like some 2-player games immediately is kind of cool. Alright, let's go into probably the game that I'm the most excited about on here, and I don't really know why, but it's probably because of nostalgia. Like, I remember playing this game distinctively. Of like any Genesis game that isn't Sonic, I always think about this one here. And I've gone back to play it a few times, and I'm like, God, this game sucks, but there's something about it. Alright, let's go. This is the one that, like, whenever I get like an emulation kick and acquire some ROMs or whatever, I always end up with this game, and I never play it. So I'm like determined that part of my review is I'm gonna beat this game. And yeah, so this isn't a full review. Obviously, we're gonna have that up in September, around launch day. But this is more of just like a quick impressions, whatever, blah blah blah. I think I'm gonna try to beat 4 games for the review. So far, I've beaten Sonic 2. Right now I'm working on Castlevania, which is just a laborious task that I really kind of wish I didn't put myself under. Probably gonna beat this one, and then, I mean, I don't know if you can consider like beating Virtua Fighter or Street Fighter, but I'll probably, you know, put like 10 hours into each one of those, or cumulative or something like that, and whoop. This one's gonna take me forever to beat. Oh my god. Also, like, I don't know, trying to talk and like vamp like I am right now while playing some of these games is a little hard. I don't know if you noticed there when I got hit. Let's see if we can do it again. Nope. When I got hit, I went invisible. This game has significant lag, but it's like perfect emulation, so that's kind of cool. It's probably a little frustrating to people like that've never played these games, and I wish there was a mode to kind of turn that on and off, just because it's like, I don't know, if I had never played this before, I would think this game is just like trash. But having played this before, it's like, oh, this is like totally what I remember. See if I can get past this first level, which I probably can't. Let's see. Nope. Oh, hey, I got him. Cool. That worked. Get around you. Don't want to. Oh, shit. Let's see. Come on. Up we go. It is funny. I just spent like this couple minutes ranting about like, oh, the kids I knew that played the Genesis back in the day were like the bad kids, and then I'm playing fucking Mickey Mouse throwing apples at trees. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just how it was. Here we go. Alright, let's go back to one final game here. One that I honestly have not even opened yet. I was going to save for this video, because I didn't even know it was on the Genesis, but I used to play this so much on the PC back in the day. And let's hope it's the same thing. Where is it? Wonder Boy is really good, but there's that remake right now that's on the Switch and everything like that. Honestly, go play that instead. Where are you? There we go. Good old EA banger, Road Rash 2. No loot boxes here. Okay. So I think I'm thinking of Road Rash 3D, which is like, if you have a chance to play it, it is the most 90s game for, like, even like, you've got fisheye lenses on all the people, like, it's just the most like 90s thing ever. But these games are so much fun, and you get to beat everyone up on your bike. So yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, I'm just liking like overall with the system right now. I'm just really loving just kind of like the attention to detail they really put into it, and it really does feel like I'm booting up a Genesis, you know, on an HD TV. It doesn't feel like some kind of half step kind of, I don't know. It doesn't feel like that other console that came out from the 90s that was just really, really, really bad. But yeah, so that's it. Keep a lookout for more coverage from TechRaptor.net, and yeah, see you guys soon.